welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to try something new and make homemade pasta. And I'm really excited to show you guys how I did that. Just kind of a disclaimer, I'm not a chef, I am not Italian, so I literally pulled this out of like a cookbook and kind of online. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll get right into it. So the first thing I did was measure out a pound of flour, as you can see. And then I cracked 6 eggs into a bowl, and you see I kind of made a little bit of a mess. And then I put the flour onto the countertop and created kind of this little well, and put the eggs in the middle. And this is where it gets kind of funny because I started trying to use a fork to mix the pasta dough, but as you're going to see in a minute, it did not work very well. And I just gave up and started using my hands. Right away, egg. You see, I just keep trying to mix in the egg into the flour, kind of create the pasta dough, kind of breaking up the eggs with my hands. Which I think this definitely would have been easier with a fork, but because my eggs kind of kept running away from me, it just kind of didn't work. Actually, what would have been better is probably just using like beating the eggs in the middle and then trying to mix up the pasta dough. I'm just pulling lots of dough off of my hands and just kind of continuing to try to work it together. Kind of like more like kneading it up. And as you can see, there's definitely a lot more flour than there was like eggs, so I kind of just ended up having to fix that later on, as you're going to see in the next clip. Alright, so next I am adding another egg because my pasta dough ended up being too dry. You can still see bits of flour all over. So I kind of tried to mix that in, and that again became a little bit of a disaster because the egg just wanted to go all over the place. And I'm just kind of kneading this in and trying to make sure I get all of the egg mixed into the pasta dough, which is kind of not working. Though as you can kind of tell, it is starting to look a little bit more soft than it did before. And though it is a little bit more wet than I wanted it to be, so I did add a little bit more flour to kind of help pick up the extra dough, but also to just, again, make sure that it's not too wet. I think it was. So I'm just kneading that flour in and trying to keep the dough soft. I did also forgot to mention that I added some olive oil into there as well to help soften up the dough a little bit, which is something I found online. And that's kind of what it's going to look like. I formed it into a ball, and I did drizzle a little bit more olive oil on top to kind of just make it a little more soft. You're going to maybe see that in a minute. That's what it looks like. And here I am rolling out the pasta dough. As you see, I had a little bit of a challenge because the pasta dough machine didn't stick to the counter, so I was kind of like having a hard time with that, and I also had to keep flouring the dough. And as you see, eventually I did figure it out, and I did start going a lot faster. Maybe. Nope, not quite. I promise, I did actually start figuring it out. can see one of the longer pieces of pasta that I made. Like, that thing is long. So after I rolled out all of the pasta dough to the thinness that I wanted it to be, I went ahead and started kind of cutting the noodles with the attachment to the pasta making machine. And like the other side, I did have a little bit of trouble rolling it out because you have to hold down the machine in order to roll out or cut the pasta. And I did have some problems with it breaking off a lot too, so I think I went a little too thin on the pasta. As you see, this is what it looks like now. And I'm just putting it on a baking sheet with some flour, and then I will cook it. And you're going to see I'm going to start separating all the strands because the cutter didn't do a very good job cutting the pasta. So I went ahead and boiled some water, and I salted the water before I put the pasta in because I didn't salt the pasta, and I let the pasta cook for a few minutes or until it floated. And this is what it looked like in the end. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're not already, please make sure you go subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment of what kind of stuff you want to see on this channel. As I said in a previous video, this channel is kind of still going through its experimental phase, so, you know, I'll do whatever people want to see. Also, make sure you guys go follow me on my socials. Are all linked in the description box. I have Instagram, TikTok, and Threads, so go and follow those. And thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!